If your life isn't matching your desires, then it's because your inner talking, your inner speech is still arguing for your current reality instead of your future one. Now, I study Neville Goddard's work a lot, and this book, Power of Awareness, I mean, if you haven't got it, you're going to want to go and get it. But also make sure you get it with this red band because this includes awakened imagination. Now, there's a chapter called The Coin of Heaven in awakened imagination that I've studied a lot, and I really want to share this with you guys and also show you how to implement it. So let's get into it. Neville says your inner speech is perpetually written all around you in happenings. If you learn to relate these happenings to your inner speech, you will become self-taught. By inner speech is meant those mental conversations which you carry on with yourself. Now, they may be inaudible when you are awake because of the noise and distractions of the outer world of becoming, but they are quite audible in deep meditation and dream. But whether they be audible or not, you are the author and you fashion your world in their likeness. So when Neville talks about inner speech, he's not talking about the things that you say to me or the things that you say to your family or your friends or even the things that you say out loud. What Neville's talking about is those mental conversations that you carry on with yourself that nobody hears but you. So let's break down what he says in this next part. He says, inner speech from premises of fulfilled desire is the way to create an intelligible world for yourself. Observe your inner speech, for it is the cause of future action. That is so good. He says, the whole manifested world goes to show us what use we have made of the word inner speech. An uncritical observation of our inner talking will reveal to us the ideas from which we view the world. Inner talking mirrors our imagination, and our imagination mirrors the state with which it is fused. For we have no alternative but to identify ourselves with our aim. Inasmuch as the state with which we are identified mirrors itself in our inner speech, then to change the state, in other words, to change our results that we're fused with, we must first change our inner talking because it is our inner conversations which make tomorrow's facts. I mean, that is so good. Now, I really want to help you implement this part. This is my favorite part. Neville says, man attracts what he is. The art of life is to sustain the feeling of the wish fulfilled and let things come to you. How do we sustain the feeling of the wish fulfilled? Well, remember, our feelings are caused by what we think about. So if you're going to be in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you've got to be thinking of thoughts from your desired reality, from the amount of money that you want to make, not to it. That's very important to understand. Now, Neville says, observe your inner talking and remember your goal. Do they match? Does your inner talking match what you would say audibly had you achieved your goal? Like I specialize in helping people attract £10,000 plus a month. And I always say to my clients, you've got to be having inner conversations with yourself from that goal. So you can't be having thoughts and you can't be thinking, what do I need to do to make £10,000 a month? Because the person that makes £10,000 a month would not have that thought. The person that makes £10,000 plus a month would be having thoughts like, wow, I am so grateful that I make £10,000 plus a month. It feels so amazing that this money comes into my bank every day. So that's what Neville is talking about. You've got to have thoughts from the goal, like you're already that person, instead of to the goal. Now, once you're thinking from the goal, you will find it so easy to remain in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, as Neville says. Now, he says the individual's inner speech and actions attract the conditions of his life. Through uncritical self observation of your inner talking, you're going to find where you are in your inner world. And where you are in your inner world is where you are in your outer world. That is so good. Like, it's time for you, if you've been doing this, to stop blaming the outside world. The outside world is showing you what's going on within your inner world. Okay. So to change your results, you've got to change what you're thinking about, and you've got to start thinking, feeling, acting, and making decisions like the person that you want to be. That's very important to understand. Now, let's go back to that part because that's incredible. He says, just watch your inner talking and remember your goal. So let's go through this together. Think about your goal right now and then think about your inner conversations. Are they matching? Does your inner talking match what you would say out loud to me or to your friend if you had achieved your goal? It's got to, otherwise, it's not going to work. And this is how you become a vibrational match for what you want. then once you're on the same vibration as the amount of money that you want, you don't have to work hard. You will attract everything to you. And that's why Neville says the art of life is to sustain the feeling of the wish fulfilled and let things come to you. How did they come to you? Well, they come to you because you're in harmonious vibration with what you want. You are having inner conversations from the premises of fulfilled desires. Now, my action step for you is I want you to wake up first thing in the morning and before you go to bed, and I want you to have a mental conversation with yourself like you've already achieved your goal. What are you spending that money on? Who are you telling that you've achieved this goal? Where are you going? What are you going to do with the money? Are you going to go and buy clothes? Are you going to go and book holidays? And carry on a mental conversation from that place. Remember, that's your thinking. Your thinking creates your feelings. Feeling is conscious awareness of vibration. By having conversations, mental conversations with yourself, like you already have your goal, you're going to find it so natural to be in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. And like Neville said, I completely agree. Feeling is the secret. And if you're really into this material and you're not seeing the results, I would highly recommend downloading my free blueprint. It's the £10,000 plus month breakthrough blueprint. And I have put everything that I have learned from years of intense study in my mentor, Bob Proctor, into that. If you download that for free and you apply that, you will start to see things change in a big way. But don't forget the action step. First thing in the morning, I want you to just use your imagination and go into your imagination and have a conversation with yourself like you already make the money that you want to earn, like you already can do the things that you want to do, and do it at night as well. First thing in the morning and last thing before you go to bed, and you will really start to see things change.